And welcome to the Utica Curling Channel. We're bringing you the GNCC College Curling Championship this weekend here from Utica Curling Club, sponsored by the Collegiate Curling Association and the Grand National Curling Club. This is a critical pool play Game 3 matchup between two undefeated teams in Pool A. Playing the Redstones is Rochester Institute of Technology, #1 team, RIT1, and they'll be facing off against Castleton. Hailing from the state of Vermont, both undefeated, ranked 1 and 2 in their pool going into this game. The winner is likely to get a bye into the semifinals in the championship playoff. 5 sheets going out here. We've got 10 teams out on the ice. We'll bring you a Pool B final pool game at 4:30. And again, we've got undefeated teams scheduled for that matchup. And again, the winner of that matchup also probably going to make a semifinal game in the championship event. This is the third GNCC championship event. First one held in 2023. And the first and second place finishers in this event get a bid to the College Curling USA National Championship this year to be held in Midland, Michigan. Just about to get underway here on sheet 4. RIT1 will be playing the Redstones, skipped by Liam Hazard. Third, Marcus Otto. Second, Joseph Calabufo, and lead Rice Hazard. Castleton's playing short-handed today. Their lead was taken away by family emergency, but throwing fourth rocks is Remy Maynard. He'll be playing vice skip and throwing fourth stones. Libby Correa is skipping and playing third stones. And Kaylee Abbott Bishop will be the lead, again playing short-handed today. And we're about to get underway, and it looks like RIT1 has the Redstones and will have the last rock advantage here in the first end. Lots of other games going on in this Pool A action, and we'll keep you up to date with scores across the sheets. Rice Hazard with his first. And Kaylee Abbott Bishop for Castleton. Remy working this one really hard to get it over the hog line and successfully does so. Rice Hazard looking to come around this corner guard, coming up a little bit short. That's going to drop in for center guard just over the hog line. Now another chance for Kaylee Abbott-Bishop to get a rock around these center guards. A little more weight on this one. Line looks really good if the weight's right. And right to the top 4. And top 8, just almost top 4 depth. Joseph Calabufo with his first. Looking to a little cleanup here. And that one snapped up a little harder than they expected and just get a almost nose hit on that guard. Does run it back into shot stone. But Castleton remains shot rock in the back 4. Chance for hit and roll here or draw around. Looks like Libby Correa will just play a come around here. And this one's going to hang up on the outside. Probably need to leave this short. Shouldn't be a problem. In fact, it didn't cross the hog line. Got out in the weeds on that one. Tends to run a little straight on the outer edges of most of these sheets. Now Joseph Calabufo looking to move some guards. Pretty much just gets an almost nose hit again, and unfortunately runs that yellow guard into their own second stone. Castleton now sitting 2, still lots of guards in play. Although there may be a port open to remove shot rock in the back 4. I think Castleton would love to get around and close up this hole just a little bit. If they can curl into this area right in the gap, would be very helpful. Again, this draw attempt way outside, tends to run straight out there, especially if you set it back a little bit. And that one's not going to curl up, so not much help there. Marcus Otto is going to try to chase the top yellow stone away. Almost got the double. Not quite enough weight, though. Shooter rolls away, and Castleton still sets 1 and 2. Chance to draw around and make one a little better. Probably need to take a little tighter ice on this to get some curl. That high center guard's really not in the way. You could play very tight ice, get by that center guard, and plug up the gap. And they would just love to curl around into that central area. Libby Correa with her last rock here in the first end. This one also a little wide. It's going to come a little deep as well. Now an opportunity for RIT to get out of jail here. There's a nice pocket in the back for them to draw to or hit and flop on. Plenty of room up the middle. Marcus Otto with a hit attempt here. Just got a little outside on that. It clips the guard. So Castleton still sitting 3. However, they are behind tee line. Hard to guard both of these stones, but you need to guard the one on the left. A guard up in this region. Guard up in here would be a pretty good spot. Pretty much on the center line. First rock for Remy Menard. Throwing fourth for Castleton. This one's going to over curl. Be nice to get a chip off that red and bounce. They touch it, it's in play. And it looks like they did. However, shot rock is exposed. Good draw down right in front of them. Get to top button here. That'll be a tough rock to remove. Chance for Liam Hazard here to set up a score. At least one, maybe two this end. First skip rock here in the first end for RIT. And that's a pretty good shot. Not sure who shot stone. Looks like it might be red. RIT may be lying shot. There is room to push it back just a hair, though. fourth, Remy Maynard can come down and just tap that red a little bit. He'll be sitting 2. Last rock first in for Castleton. One more to come. This looks like back line through the house weight. Don't know if it's going to curl enough. Trying to come over. And just going to clunk onto his own in the back. So Castleton shot, but with no backing. So a chance for 2 here. RIT, just a nose hit. We'll give them a score of 2. Just a little too much weight on that draw tap from Castleton. I think the line was pretty good with the right weight. Now a chance for a deuce for RIT. Last rock, first end. Liam Hazard looking for a nose hit for 2. Just squeaked by the guard. And will remove shot rock, but rolls out. And that's a score of only 1 for RIT. A missed opportunity there. RIT leads 1-0 after 1. Castleton with the yellow rocks. They'll have the last rock advantage in the second end. Another scores around the rink. Yale 2 leads Syracuse 1-3-0 after 1. RPI 2, they're our other undefeated team in Pool A. They're down 2 to MIT 2, 2-0 after 1. Colgate, they're in their first bonspiel after reconstituting as a participant school here in college curling. They lead 1-0 over Penn State 1 after 1. RIT 1 in our feature game leads Castleton 1-0 after 1. And over on sheet 6, Davie 2 leads Harvard 1-0 after 1. That gets you up to date around the rink. Back in our feature matchup, a couple guards in play for RIT. Bishop trying to make a come-around draw here behind these hooked center guards. This one's going to be a little tight. Looks like it's going to crash on one of the guards. Just comes up short. Setting up for a good steal opportunity for RIT. Lots of guards in front on the center line. No rocks that can be run back, so if RIT can duck one around these guards, they'll have a very good chance to steal this end. And another rock coming up just a little short. You come around either way here, doesn't much matter. This outturn draw seems a little safer. There's nothing in the way of the draw. Come the other way, you might accidentally poke up that red stone close to the rings. Plus, Kaylee's just thrown this path a couple times. Should have a better feel for the weight on this path. Oh, and that rock was touched. So that one comes out of play. Now a chance for Joseph Calabufo to drop one in. This is a little on the heavy side. Gonna get a little split. He's hit 1-2. Rocks are only on the 12-foot though. So the scoring area is still pretty wide open for Castleton. Decided to come around the in turn on this one. The out turn still there. Should be plenty of curl on the other side. Probably just a little bit tougher to get buried on this in turn side because that rock in the top 12 is so close to the pin. Might have to go behind tee line to get fully buried. This path's also really slow. Fewer rocks down this side. So now a chance for RIT to amp up the pressure here and get some more stones in. Marcus Otto with a come around attempt. And that one just coasts into the top 12. Now a hit and roll opportunity for Castleton. Libby Correa looking for a little hit and roll under. Need to go hard on this one. This one's tight. They're pulling it out. Might get a piece. No, just missed. Maybe just a little bit tight on the broom and maybe just a little bit down weight. Over curled. Castleton having a tough time getting rocks in play this end. Come up short on some draws, now missed hits. Now a chance for RIT to sink another one here with Marcus Otto. And this one's a little heavy. All right, so another chance now for hit and roll. A little bit better line on this one. Nice soft weight. Trying to push it over. Might have pushed this one out just a little bit. Just hack weight. Castleton's now third shot. But RIT won't leave that stone sitting there where it can be used. They'll try to remove this and hit and roll inside. And again, same idea, just trying to get inside. Remove that yellow from play. Carried that one back a little bit. This is going to hit and roll out. Now straight draw chance here for Remy Maynard. Got a chance for a skip deuce here. He can bury one top four. He might have a chance for two. Love to come around these center guards and just bite the 4 foot. First rock, second in for Castleton. Or skip rock. Wait's close. Didn't wait too long on this. It's starting to lock up. Waited just a little too long. Not as much glide here the first part of this game as there was before in the previous draw. And that rock's going to be wide open. Another chance now for RIT to hit and roll under and put a lot of pressure on Castleton. They can make this hit and roll. Castleton will have to draw against 3. Last rock here in the second end for RIT. Again, this one's a little on the wide side. Going to roll away. It's going to force a draw for 3 here. Draw against 3 for Skip Remy Maynard. Just looking to get their single for Castleton. Last rock, second in for 4th, Remy Maynard. Needs the 8-foot, drawing against 3. This one's a little stronger than the last, but they've been locking up in the middle. This one's got to come to a stop. And it's going to be too strong. It's through. It's a steal of 3 for RIT. Unfortunate turn of events for Castleton. And RIT now leads 4-0 after 2. Castleton with the Yellow Rocks. They'll have the last rock advantage here in the third end. Another scores around the rink. Syracuse has picked up 3 in the second to tie up their game against Yale 2. 3-3. Syracuse suffering 2 really close losses last night and today. They're fighting for a playoff spot in the 3rd division if they can win this game. Played a wild one earlier today. Losing 11-10 after being down by, I think, 6. And our feature matchup here on sheet 4 is 4-0 RIT over Castleton. Castleton's got some work to do now, but they were able to put up some big scores earlier today to come from behind. They grabbed a 4 in their round 2 game to take control of that game. Lead Rice Hazard for RIT. He hails out of Schenectady and is curled at the Schenectady Curling Club. He's been curling for 11 years. When he's not curling, he's playing video games. And he would like to say hello to Joe Polo, his parents, the fellas, And everyone on the RIT team says hi to all the single ladies, although I think they might be overestimating the attraction of curling. But hey, if it works for them, great. Schenectady Curling Club just up the road from Utica, a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half. Good weather. Lead Kaylee Abbott Bishop for Castleton. Looking for a freeze attempt here. The Castleton team curls out of the Rutland Rocks Curling Club and Arena Club up in Vermont. Kaylee hails from Newbury, Mass. She's a first-year curler, or she's curled for 1 year. Maybe she's a second year. When she's not curling, she likes to read and work on the water. She says hello to her family, the boat club, and Rocky Stone. And Joseph Calabufo looking to do a little cleanup here. Try to get rid of some yellow rocks. And gets rid of a couple rocks. It's shot stone. Castleton second. Joseph's hometown is Rochester, New York, where he curls out of the Rochester Curling Club. He's been curling for 10 years. Very experienced team, this RIT team. When he's not curling, he likes to listen to music and play card games. And he has a very long list of hellos. His mom, his dad, R.A. Alley, roommate Alex, President Munson, Gino Smith, Patrick Conti, Mr. Shilachi, and there you go. Up 4-0. I wouldn't mind hitting that stone in the back 8. I think every rock and play for Castleton you leave around is only a help to them. And now a chance for our Castleton to lie 2. If they can remove shot stone, they can roll behind that stone just thrown by RIT and find a little shelter. So now an opportunity for Castleton to set up a multiple score if they can do a little hit and roll under. Get rid of that stone. Want to make sure you keep your shooter around on this shot. Olivia Correa here with a takeout attempt. Coming rather unusual direction here. This one's going to over curl. Like the other turn a little better. Less chance of a jam. This may squeak by. It's going to nick their own stone on the way by. Hung onto the rings though, miraculously. I'm not sure it's second rock though. I think Castleton's only sitting 1 in the back 8. Marcus Otto for RIT, looking to take out Shot Rock. Looks like he's going to accomplish that goal, get a little roll toward the inside. Marcus Otto hails from St. Louis, Missouri. Actually curls out of the St. Louis Curling Club, I believe is an arena club. He's been curling for 6 years and likes to play soccer when he's not curling. Now Libby Correa, the skip, in third. Just looking to keep trading stones here, hoping to get an opportunity to bring that rock and yellow rock in the back 12 into play later in the end. To do that, they have to remove the shot rock first. Nice soft weight here. Is it going to curl enough? It does remove shot rock, but the shooter does not hang around. Got that out a little wide again. And now Liam Hazard to waste no time getting rid of the remaining yellow rock. Try to force Castleton to one here in the third end. Marcus Otto with the takeout attempt. And another hit and roll out. Now we could be heading to Blanksville here. Doesn't do a lot of good here for Castleton to take one. They'd rather take two or more if they can with a hammer. Not much opportunity this end. So hitting and trading out and trying to get a blank with your last stone is probably the best result for Castleton this end. Maybe Korea just looking to hit and roll here. Again, this is a little on the wide side. Sweeper's trying to carve this in, but no help. Just set that one back. Now a chance for RIT to split the house and lie two. They can come around their own guard as well. Looks like they're just going to split the house here. Skip Liam Hazard looking to split the house with his first stone here in the third end. His hometown is Schenectady, but he currently curls out of the Rochester Curling Club. He's been curling for 11 years. And when he's not curling, he likes to draw and play guitar. He says hello to his mom and dad. And Abe Lynchon. And that draw was unsuccessful, so again, a chance for fourth thrower and vice skip Remy Maynard to hit and roll somewhere and hope to get a blank here with his last stone. I'd like to roll this on the rings and force RIT to deal with your stone. Make them throw at least one more. Nice soft weight here. It's hanging a bit. And he carved it up nice, and it's going to remove shot stone. It's going to hang on the rings. It didn't spin on. Unfortunately, it rolled a little too far. They may not even be able to split this on with their last rock. It'd be a real tough split. If that rock had not rolled quite so far, RIT would probably have to deal with it, because they could split that on to sit 2 with their last stone. Castleton could. So, but where it's sitting, I think, is very difficult to split on. So RIT is just going to draw the house somewhere and force Castleton to try to play for the blank or take one. And that's a little strong. And swept through. So now a free blank for Castleton. No reason for them to take one here. Might want to take 2 or more with a hammer. Plus, if you'd like to have hammer on the even ends late in the game. So blanking the 3rd here makes a lot of sense. Don't generally need to throw it that hard on a blank. Actually, you'd like to throw a nice board weight hit there and learn a new spot on the ice. See what the curl is doing. But it's a blank end for Castleton. They'll retain the hammer going into the 4th end with yellow rocks. The score 4-0 in favor of RIT. And other scores across the rink here. Over on sheet 2, MIT is upsetting RPI2, our other undefeated team in Pool A, 6-0 after 2. So RPI2 has a lot of work to do to keep their record intact. Penn State grabbed a deuce in the 2nd. They now lead Colgate 2-1 after 2 ends of play. No change in the other scores on sheets 1 and 6. We'll keep you updated as scores get posted. And our feature game is 4-0 RIT 1 over Castleton. Top 2 teams here in Pool A after their first 2 games, undefeated. Winner likely into the semifinals of the championship playoff. Nice takeout there by Kaylee Abbott Bishop. RIT is probably in great shape for the championship playoff round. They've got the lowest DSC of any team. 85 centimeters total. All 4 shots for the team. They pinned at least one of them. So they're likely, well, they're almost certainly into the championship playoff round with a win or a loss here. But a win would give them #1 seed. Looks like another open end in store here. No rock staying in play. Working hard to get this one over the center line. Like to get that a little further over for a corner guard, but it is slightly off the center line. The only downside with that stone is it's going to block the outturn draw to the pin later in the end for Castleton. I like to have those corner guards a little wider. Right on the mixed doubles buttons is ideal. Come around attempt is heavy, and I don't think it's going to bury even if it stops. And that's going to go out the back door. So now a chance for Castleton to set up their deuce if they can get around their corner guard. Probably want to go top 12. Not too deep. That's a very high guard. If you go too deep, it'll be too easy to dig that stone out with a lightweight takeout. Kaylee Abbott Bishop with the draw come around attempt. Don't think this one needs much help. Ice is starting to pick up in speed here in the third end. I think both teams are getting fooled on the ice speed. This one's going to go out the back door as well. Who's going to make the house first here? Smart call here by RIT. Get rid of that corner guard. That's really the only stone that can hurt RIT at this point. Let's make sure your shooter goes here as well. And I was going to get a nose hit, which was not in the cards. So still a guard that Castleton can use. Come around this one on the outside. That way, if you're up short, you don't hurt yourself too badly. They're going to play the come around from the other side. So in this case, you really want to make sure you make this shot. You don't want to leave another center guard for RIT to use to try to steal the end. When you got the hammer coming up the middle, you don't want to be short. And it's definitely not light. Maybe got a little wide of the broom on that one. Weight was just perfect, but not the right line. So that stone's going to be wide open for RIT. And Marcus Otto, third for RIT, will attempt to eliminate this shot stone. Probably want to roll away a little bit. Not leave any backing for Castleton to use. Gonna sit right there. Libby Correa here just looking for a little hit and roll. Wherever you roll to here, you're going to be gettable. That guard is so high. There'd be no trouble chasing this rock off no matter where it lands. And again, just got a little outside on the release again. It's going to get it out of play, but we'll lose the shooter. Now a chance for RIT to duck around and get a force. RIT would like to force Castleton to take one this end and get the hammer back. This one's a bit strong, but it's on the outside where they haven't played very much. It's going to slow up for them. And it's going to hang around in the back 12. Now a decision for Castleton. You can freeze to the back one. You can take it out. Take it out, you're probably playing for another blank. This could be Blanksville revisited. The other option would be to try to come around that high corner center guard for Shotstone. Try to get a deuce here. Very conservative call. Probably angling to get a blank this end and trying for your deuce next end. Got to hit this one though first. Again, just got that wide again. Now a chance to get a force, bring another rock in play. I like ducking around the high center. Putting this rock where Castleton can't get to it almost guarantee a force this end. I like coming around this guard. Go top 8 maybe. Bite top 4. Be very difficult for Castleman to score their 2. This one's wide and heavy. The only saving grace is maybe so slow out here it'll check up into the rings. And it does. Now it's a question of how much risk Castleton wants to take. They could go around the center guard. They're looking to freeze to Shotstone in the back. Fourth, Remy Maynard's planning on this ice being very straight out here. I think they're calling for a freeze attempt with virtually no curl out here. First rock here at the fourth end for fourth Remy Maynard. Just looking to lock this stone on the shot stone in the back 12. Coming up fast. It's going to over curl. And probably should take a little more ice. Well, the force is on this end regardless, even if you don't throw here. I don't think Castle is going to take the double and roll out blank this end. Put a rock anywhere in. Last rock, fourth end for RIT. Just looking to sit somewhere in the house and lay 3. And you keep throwing into the straight side of the sheet. Not much curl. They are going to sit 3, however. So this will force another draw against 3. Well, they could decide to hit here. Could play the double. Hit the stone right in the middle. You should sit shot stone. I don't think there's a hole there to go through, so I think if you don't hit either one of these red stones super thin, I don't think the shooter can wiggle through too far. So Castleton being forced to 1 here. Fourth, Remy Maynard looking for a double and stick here for 1. Last rock, fourth end. And that's going to work out just well. Score of 1 for Castleton. They get themselves on the board. They trail 4-1 after 4. RIT playing the Red Rocks. They'll have the last rock advantage in the 5th end. Hey, it's the mid-game break here at the Utica Curling Club. Time to acknowledge our sponsors for this GNCC College Curling Championship 2025 edition. We'd like to acknowledge Brooms Up Curling. They've been very supportive of college curling in the Northeast and have generously offered up some goodies for our college students to win in a raffle during this event. 4 lightweight brooms, if I'm not mistaken. We'd also like to thank Hannaford Supermarkets of Clinton and New Hartford, Price Chopper Supermarkets in Hamilton, Duncan in Hamilton. The Munchkins are really great this morning. Hamilton Whole Foods in Hamilton, New York, and Burn Dairy in Hamilton, New York for their generous support of college curling. Castleton's got some work to do here. In the 5th end, they trail by 3. Here in this crucial matchup of undefeated teams in Pool A. Pool B goes off this afternoon at 4:30. we'll be here for that one. We'll have a matchup between Yale 1 and Hamilton, top 2 teams in that pool. And after that game, we'll discover who is in the top 6 teams for the championship playoff. Single elimination starting tonight at 8 p.m. Top 2 teams get a bye into the semifinal. Winner of this game probably will have one of those byes. And other scores around the sheets, we've got a barn burner over on sheet 1. Syracuse 1 has taken a 6-4 lead over Yale 2. That's after 4 ends of play. That's been a back and forth affair. RPI 2's gotten on the board over on sheet 2. They now trail 6-1 after 3 ends of play. Trying to stage a comeback. RPI 2 is one of the other undefeated teams in this pool. Colgate and Penn State 1, they are knotted up at 2 after 3 ends of play. Colgate competing in their first ever regional competition this 2025. And over on sheet 6, we've got us a tie game over there. It is all knotted up at 3. Again, after 3 ends of play, that's Harvard and Navy 2. And it looks like Harvard will have the hammer here in the 4th end in their game. And our feature matchup was 4-1 RIT. And RIT with Red Rocks, they've got the last rock advantage this end. Just missed a takeout on Castleton shot rock. And Castleton opting to split the house here early without hammer, but they need to steal an end here. They probably need to get some guards in play up the middle. And the good news for Castleton, if they get a force this end, they'll have 2 hammers to 1 coming home. And 6 and 8. But realistically, they need to steal a couple ends or need to score 3 in one of their ends with the hammer. Either way, I think they're going to need some guards and some misses. And that one's going to slip in the rings and deep. Making it a bit easier here for RIT. They can just hit yellow rocks here. 3-point lead. I think RIT even be happy with the force here. Go up 4 with 3 to play. And Yellow Rock disappears, but the shooter does too. Probably a chance here for Castle to throw a center guard. Don't think this is light. The sweepers haven't laid a brush to it. Gonna hang around. So Castleton sits 2. And that one hits and rolls out 2. But not much brewing for Castle in here. They've really got no guards in play in the center of the sheet. So not much of a place to hide. And it reduces the scoring area for RIT. Again, the Brutchers haven't touched this. That's going to go to the back 4. So Castleton continues to sit 2 open here, not offering a big chance to steal. Realistically looking to force RIT to 1. And this one hangs around, so Castleton will have to chase. Fourth, Remy Maynard would like to hit and stick here and continue to lie 2. Then just hoping for an RIT miss or force them to one this end and go into the last 3 ends with 2 hammers to 1 and down 4. You have to go 3-1-2 or 2-1-3 to get to an extra end. In that case, need to sweep this hard to stay on a piece. Curling hard. They're going to get a piece. Not sure they're going to hang around. They did just. They grouped their stones though, so now there's a double available for RIT. Surprised they're not playing this. They've been eliminating stones all end. It's a fairly simple half rock double here. That one goes, that one goes. And keep your shooter. For RIT, it should all be about eliminating stones. With a 3-point lead and an open house. Not a big chance to get a deuce here, even if you freeze. But you're taking some additional chances by leaving a couple castle and stones in play. The sweepers originally wanted to go, but they've relented, as this is going to be heavy. And that's going to go through. Now a chance to make life a little difficult for RIT. Castleton could put a stone in a good spot. I like putting one right in front of your stone on the back 4. Top 4, they can't hit it and be shot stone. And it's tough to draw around. That seems to be the best spot. So a chance for Castleton to make RIT sweat a little bit to get their single here in the 5th end. Probably just want to barely bite 4-foot here. Force RIT to draw against 3. Castleton had to do that a few ends ago, and they gave up a steal of 3. Sweepers are working this hard. Can they get it there? I'd love to light 3 here. You need this on the rings, not too deep. Not a bad result. Draw is there with backing. Anywhere in this area, and you've got this yellow stone to back you up. Got to make the draw, though. This is what they pay skips the big bucks for. If you don't like doing this a couple times a game, then you're not ready to be skipped. Last rock, 5th end. RIT needs a piece of the 4-foot here. Sweepers have not touched it. And this one's heavy. And Castleton returns the favor, making RIT draw against 3. They come up heavy, and it's a steal of 3. And guess what, folks? We've got us a tie game after 5 ends of play. So Castleton's strategy of playing open that end paid off with a mistake from RIT. think the rock that RIT would like to have back is when they were looking at 2 is trying to throw that freeze instead of eliminating a Castleton rock. With that 3-point lead, there's simply no reason they needed to take a lot of risks to get a 2. Even scoring 1 here in the 5th would put them in a very strong position. But we've got a tie game now, so it's a 3-in game. And suddenly Castleton has the advantage. They've got 2. We'll take that back. RIT has a slight advantage. They've got 2 hammers to 1 now coming home. They should have hammer in 6 and 8. Nice rock there from Kaylee Abbott Bishop, right to the top 4. A blank would suit. Blank would probably suit Castleton quite well. That would give them hammer in the last end. As far as times go, we are on a time clock here, but it looks like this game is moving right along, and they look like they're on pace for 8 ends. In pool play, our teams have 1 hour 50 minutes to complete 7 ends of play. Nothing has stayed in play here in the 6th end. Another rock in play by Kaylee Abbott Bishop, and fixing to go away here. And this one got outside. Going to go with the open strategy again, split the house. Looking for a force or a mistake out of RIT. RIT lies 1. I think there's no question you want to hit this rock. You've been playing open all in, no sense in changing your strategy now. So make sure it goes away. Don't jam it on the back one. Somewhere near nose would be okay. Again, set this one back just a little bit on the release. Weight's pretty nice though. That'll get rid of it, but we'll lose the shooter. So we have an empty house again. RIT a chance to go to the wings here above that shrapnel behind the 12-foot. Put a rock above that catcher. Make it just a little more difficult to remove. And another strong stone here. Is this one going to stop? And it does not stop in time. And now a free shot for Castleton. Where do they want to put a stone? Little cat and mouse going on here now with no stones in play. Where do you put this stone where you might get a miss out of RIT? So if you know something about their team, about a particular turn or maybe a spot on the ice you don't think they can haven't read well, that's probably where you want to put the stone. So they're going away from that catcher on the other side of the sheet and going pretty wide. That's in a good spot, right at T-line, just a little behind, and that'll force RIT to try to take this out on a new spot of the ice. So you're not expecting RIT to miss, but you're hoping by moving the stones around and giving them different looks, maybe you can coax a mistake. And they did. They got a little mistake out of RIT on a wide takeout. So now a chance to split the house and get a force. Castleton still at a little bit of a disadvantage because they only have one hammer left here. If they score in 7, they'll be playing the 8th end without the benefit of the last rock. So they'll need to go hard for 2 in 7 in order to have a little cushion coming home without hammer. Still a few stones to come, however, in this end. Just looking to sit 1 and 2. Rocks are really gliding now. The ice is really sped up. And players are starting to adjust, so that's a really nicely thrown rock. Right on the top 4, so they're forcing the play against RIT, making them hit. Almost got the double. Castleton still shot rock. To be consistent, they're going to hit this red stone and try to roll somewhere. Sit 2. Looking to get the force. Castleton would like to make RIT take 1 here. First step in doing that is making sure this red stone goes away. First rock here in the 6th end for 4th Remy Maynard. Looking to take out this RIT red stone. Sweeping the whole line here. Gonna get a nice nose hit. Would like to roll a little bit further. Maybe he could have let that come up a little more. There is a double here. And freezing to that stone on the 4-foot just looks to be a lot of unnecessary risk. You could hit and flop in front of that yellow stone. I think a really ideal shot if you want to hang around is just a little hit and flop, like so. Or you could just go ahead and play the double. Aim for a blank. Looking to freeze to shot rock here. It's just not going to curl up for him. Maybe got away with it. Hard to tell who shot stone. I think our way. This goes out that way. If you take your own rock out, one of your yellows out in the back on the way, that would be fine as long as you keep your shooter. The other option is you hit and roll a little bit here, and this red rock clips the yellow on the way by, but that would be just fine. As long as you don't lose the yellow on the back 4. You want to make this red on the tee line disappear. Last rock, 6th end for Castleton's 4th Remy Maynard. Looking to remove shot stuff. This needed to hit that on the center line. I think Castleton is shot in the back 8. This rock in the back is probably shot. It's hard to tell between the other 2 who is shot. Don't think it makes much difference. Either way, I think RIT needs to come down to the stone in the back 8, move it an inch, and hope you get 2. Looking closely, it may only be 1. Last rock, 6th end for RIT. Fully short, I think. And just now it's a question. It may be a measure. and 2, but they may need to get the sticks out to confirm. Well, if you're not sure, you got to measure, and I think this is worth putting the stick on. Crucial measure here in the 6th end. A steal of 2 for Castleton would be huge. Didn't even touch the red. And did touch the other yellow. Looks like a steal of 2. So Castleton takes a 6-4 lead. Here in the 6th end, RIT will have the Red Rocks and the last rock advantage in the 7th. And the game clock is down to 13 minutes, so it might be a little tough to get in the 7th end on time here. So this is likely to be our last end of play, with Castleton up 2. And other scores around the sheets. Let's take a quick tour. Over on sheet 1, Syracuse has an 8-4 lead over Yale 2. That's after 5 ends of play. Over on sheet 2, MIT is in control. They're up 8-3 after 5. Leading RPI 2, our other undefeated team, going into this round. Colgate was hanging in there, but they dropped to 3, and then they gave up a steal of 5, it looks like. So they now trail 11-2 after 5. And way over on sheet 6 by their lonesome. It looks like Navy 2 has grabbed a 6-4 lead over Harvard, and that's after 5 ends. In our feature game, Castleton with a big steal of 2 there in the 6th end. They now lead 6-4, and this is likely the last end to play with only 11 minutes to go. So RIT will have to be all in here to get a deuce. And that will get them to an extra 8th end. And looks like we've got a final over on sheet 1. Syracuse has prevailed. They win 11-4 after 6 ends. And make that a final. Well, their corner guard's in play this end for RIT. Their shot in the back 8. So they got a chance at a deuce. That rock just got by, just too heavy. And that's been all too common the last few ends, as the ice speed has been very quick. Now a chance for RIT to come around these guards and sit 2. Joseph Calabufo with a come-around attempt, and this one is going to be heavy as well. How far will it go? To the back 4. So Castleton does not have last rock here. They need to make something happen. They got RIT behind T-line. I think a draw around these guards would get you out of trouble pretty quickly. Looks like they're going to clean up some guards. Didn't accomplish. Castleton looking to run the yellow guards in. And again, didn't accomplish very much. I think the way to get out of the end is to play a draw. Get around your center guard. Just need to outcount the one in the back 8. Castleton can give up 1 here and keep the lead. This will be the last end. Dicey for Castleton. Just too heavy on that shot, but coming inside out. It's not curling. First rock for fourth Remy Maynard here in the 7th end. Looking to remove shot stone. And that's a pretty good result. Sits 1-2. And second shot is buried behind a corner guard. T's got to play a freeze to draw for 2. This will be the last end in play for all teams on the ice as the game clock has expired. First skip rock here in the freeze on his own stone in the back. If Castleton can remove this shot stone from RIT, that for fourth Remy Maynard, one more to come. Needs to remove shot stone here. And that does the trick, doubles it out. Still sitting 1-2. I don't see any chance for RIT. They'd have to make a double here to win the game and not lose their red stone in the back, and I'm not seeing it. The only possible try would be something like a crosshouse double, but they're going to lose that red stone in the process, even if that's possible. And we have another final. Penn State 1 has defeated Colgate 11-3. So Penn State getting their first win. They have an outside chance of making. They put in a great effort this weekend, though. Hopefully they'll be back for many more GNCC curling championships. And MIT 2 has defeated RPI 2 over on sheet 2, notching their second win. That will help their chances of making the championship playoff. RPI 2 falls to 2-1. Really good try by RIT. They did lose that stone in the back. So that'll be a steal of 4 for Castleton. They make that final 10-4. Castleton moves on to the championship playoff round with a perfect 3-0 record. RET1 is almost certainly in as well. They have the very best DSC among all teams, and at 2-1 they'll make somewhere in the championship playoff round, so they may meet this Castleton team again, who knows. And we have one game left in play, and that's Navy 2 leading Harvard 6-4. That's after 5. I haven't seen the 6th end hung. They're playing their 7th now. You can keep track of their results on our website at collegiatecurling.org. Look for the live draw, and you can see how your favorite team is doing. For now, I'm Roger Roulette signing off. for the Utica.